welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a tutorial for this smoked out, winged out eyeliner look. Smoky winged out liner, that sounds better. And I love this look because it's honestly just so classic. It's sexy at the same time, and I love how angular it makes your eyes look. It makes your eyes look so much bigger and really makes them pop. I do use Scotch tape when I do this. I've gotten back into using tape to do my makeup looks, and I'm kind of addicted to it because it is just so easy to create a look like this. Amazing, sharp, precise eye makeup look. At first it can look a little bit like a hot mess because you got your eyeshadows all down here and under here and all over the place. But then when you take that tape off and it's like the big reveal and it's just whoosh, it looks so crisp and just so sharp. Like your makeup's so sharp it could cut. You know what I'm saying? And as you can see, we're still doing the backdrop thing, but we're working with it. So if you guys want to see exactly how to get this look, blink, blink, blink. What did I call it? Winged out, smoky winged out eyeliner, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I've already gone ahead and done my foundation. I've done my brows just to save us a little bit of time. Who am I kidding? It's a lot of time. I'm already sweating. I'm gonna start off by applying the Benefit Air Patrol Eye Primer, and I like this a lot because it kind of has like an interesting, cushy, pillowy feel to it. It's like a tinted gel. It's a really nice color, and it just evens out your lids while priming them for eyeshadow. Okay, next you wanna grab some Scotch tape, and I usually stick this to the back of my hand a couple times so it's not quite as sticky, and when we remove it, it's not gonna be like, you know, tearing off a Band-Aid or anything like that, especially because it's around your eyes, so that skin is sensitive. Okay, this one's a little long. What I usually like to do is hold it up here to this part of my eyebrow and then bring it straight down, and that'll usually get you pretty close to the angle that you want. Feels really weird when I blink. I'm gonna begin by working from the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia, and I wanna start off with this color called Tempera, which is a lighter peachy pink color. I'm gonna use this to set my lid, so I'm applying it all over the lid and sweeping it through the crease. Then I'm gonna use Raw Sienna on the other side of this little Tarte brush, and that's gonna be my transition because it has a little bit of warmth, but it's not too orangey. We really want the focus of this look to be that black color, the black eyeshadow and smoky liner. And this is where the tape comes into play because you can really get in there and get an amazing blend with your shadows. We're sort of applying them in a little triangular shape in this outer corner, winging it out, pulling it in a bit, and then down onto the lid. Okay, I just dipped into the orangey one by accident, so I guess we are using orangey browns for this look. This one is just really easy to do, and this one I'm blending like 85 times to get it to match. Okay, I'm gonna actually switch palettes for a second. I'm gonna use this palette by Zoeva. It is Naturally Yours because it's more of cool tone browns, and like I said, I don't want this look getting too warm. So I'm gonna just mix together this one called Soft and Sexy, just starting off with the lighter one and then gradually working up to the darker shade. And this little brush is a Sigma E47. These types of brushes are great for this look because they're fluffy but they're tapered, so either way you hold it, it just kind of like hugs your eye and applies the color really well. So we're pretty much doing the same thing with this. We're just starting in that outer part of the lid, blending it outwards and then up again. So I'm just going back with a little bit more of that Raw Sienna shade. Sometimes I'll just use a clean brush, but sometimes if you feel like an area is being tricky, you can apply some more eyeshadow as well. Okay, so I actually just used the lighter brown, and I feel like it's as deep as I want it to go, so I'm actually not going to use this color. I'm going to move on to some eyeliner. Okay, so I am going to take this Tarteist liner, which this is just silly how amazing this liner is. Just starting off with the pencil side. And again, you can be pretty relaxed with this because we do have that tape on, and you pretty much just want to smudge it onto the outer corner. So next you can see I've already done it to this side, but I'm going to take Makeup Geek Corrupt eyeshadow, which is a really intense matte black, and I'm gonna apply that with the Zoeva 226 smudger brush. So you wanna make sure you tap off your brush, and I'm pretty much just starting by patting that shadow right over top of the liner. So we're just blurring it and smoking it out. So we're starting to bring it out, work it back across the eye in a straight line, so you can bring some of that shadow inwards, and just starting to direct the color up towards the crease a little bit too. But you don't want to go crazy with this brush because it's not too forgiving. And checking to make sure it's even. And I think the key to this look is that you have some of this black eyeshadow blending up into the crease a little bit too. But in order to do that, I'm gonna go back to that color in the Zoeva palette. I'm not actually doing this step with the black eyeshadow, but it will get picked up and dragged around a little bit. So that's why I'm actually using a darker color to do that. Once you've gotten to this step, I'm gonna take a clean blending brush to blend out this black eyeshadow. Sorry, little buddy, but we have to make a sacrifice. That's gonna go around the edges, and you can start pulling the color up a little bit. If it has product on it, it might just end up being too much. So that's why I'm reaching for a fresh brush. And you can go back with your liner a little bit if you feel like you've lost some intensity at the lash line, or you need it to add more black. Diffusing the edges with a little bit more of that raw sienna, the brown color from before. I usually just go back and forth and layer things when I'm doing this look. So I'll start off with the liner and then do the black eyeshadow and go in with some more of the brown eyeshadows. It's just really about sandwiching your products and layering them up to get the ultimate blend. Okay, drum roll please. I think we're ready to remove the tape. Makes your life so much easier, doesn't it? Makes my life easier, I know that. I'm gonna go ahead and hold my skin so my face doesn't peel off. Gotta love the Scotch tape. So I'm actually gonna do my concealer really quickly before I do my eyeliner, I think. I forget how I usually do this, to be honest, but I feel like that would be easier than trying to do your concealer over a really, really precise liquid liner. So I'm gonna use my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Custard. Next, I'm going to take a fluffy brush and just dust away all that powder under the eyes. I'm going to flip over to the felt tip liner side of the Tarteist Double Take Liner, and I'm going to do a really, really long, really, really thin eyeliner. I'm probably going to have to get super close to a mirror to do this, but it's actually going to be fairly thin because you really want to see all that eyeshadow. That's what's going to give us a smoky look. So again, really long but thin. For the inner part, I'm going to drag the liner a little bit farther in and downward and just overextend the line so that my eyes look a bit more angular and bigger. Then what I'm actually going to do is take a bit more black shadow, pat that in like right here, kind of smudge that liquid line just a touch so it doesn't look completely disconnected from the rest of the look. I don't know why I'm talking so quiet right now. I'm really concentrating. But you don't want to do this too much in the outer corner. Just leave that. We've already finished that part, and kind of just focus it more in here. Okay, and again, we're just gonna touch up that line real quick.
Once in a lifetime, a true love come along, but the first love affair I had, something went wrong. I said I wasn't gonna fall in love no more with nobody.
So for my inner corner highlight, I'm using this color, Primavera, from the Modern Renaissance palette. It's like a champagne-y color. I'm gonna finish off the lower lash line with this color that we used before from the Naturally Yours palette. And I'm actually using a Zoeva 322 brow line brush. And just in the very outer corners, I'm gonna sneak in a little bit more of that Corrupt eyeshadow by Makeup Geek just to connect it around. For lashes, I'm applying these Ardell Wispies. I don't think I've ever tried these before. They're the ones that are actually just like the Wispies. It says it on the black part of the packaging too, like Wispies collection. I didn't want to do Iconics even though I love those. Sometimes they can be so intense that it covers up a little bit of your makeup, especially after, you know, you spent all that time doing your eye look. Sometimes you need to choose your lashes wisely. I'm really, really loving these lashes, but it looks super weird when you can see the little light lashes poking out underneath. So I'm gonna take the Tarteist lash paint. This goes with that liner, and I've been equally as obsessed with this. So then I'm gonna finish off the rest of the face with some bronzer. I'm using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Give Me Sun. I feel like I try out new types of products all the time, but when it comes to bronzer, I always go back to this one. It's just forever gonna be my favorite. I think we're soulmates, and I'll never let go. I'm starting off by applying this with this NYX little contour brush. It has a number 5 on it, but I'm not exactly sure what the name of it is, but it's really nice. A lot of contour brushes like this are kind of stiff. This one is fluffy enough that you can really blend out as you go. Has this ever happened to you guys where you're self-tanning and one hand turns out like 8 shades darker than the other hand? For my blush today, I'm going to use this one. This has been my favorite recently. This is by Honest Beauty. And the color, it's actually a luminizing powder. It's called Dusk Reflection. It's like a really dusty, rosy beige. So for my highlight today, I'm going to start off with Becca Champagne Pop. This one is like the perfect summertime highlight because it has that peachy undertone, so it works really well with the tan. And then I'm going to layer Moonstone just right on top of that. So this one, then this one for an added Shazam. This is another NYX brush. This is number 8. I'm going to dip just the very tip of the brush into Moonstone so you don't have quite as much product, and apply that right on the very top of the cheekbones. For this lip color, I did the Laura Mercier lip pencil in Naked, and this is a great color. I love these Laura Mercier lip liners. They're like a traditional pencil, like wooden pencil, but they're so creamy and they go on really, really pigmented, and the colors are awesome. She has a nice assortment of colors to choose from, so I have been loving the Naked shade. And I was looking for my MAC lipstick in Myth, but I couldn't find it, and I found Creme Cup instead, which I feel like works a little bit better anyways. So I just applied that on top, and then the Bite Beauty Lush Fruit Lip Gloss in the color Honey, which is a pretty nude shade with some golden sparkle, kind of like golden shimmer in there. Alright guys, so that is the look. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I had to put my hair up though. It was too hot in here. But I really hope you guys liked this. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more. And I think that is it for now. I love you guys, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye. Alright guys, so that is the... Hey, Biscuit just ate a bug. She's like freaking out. Are you okay, girl? Biscuit, please don't do the hairball thing. We are filming a video.